He is too nice. I know that you have heard that phrase before, and I'm going to get into it shortly. Have you ever heard of the saying that good men and good women finish last? And here's another one. Happy wife, happy life. Nope. Happiness is an inside job, so that really doesn't exist. Now, this is what I'm going to speak on. And it could go either way for either gender, male or female. But I'm going to tell it to you from a man's standpoint. So, ladies, do not come in here saying, what about ladies or women? This is just only an example, a true example. Like I said, it could go either way. Story time. This is happening while I speak, and it have also happened to someone in the past. There is this man, a good man, that have himself together. He does not have no need for anything. He's living a comfortable, peaceful life. He knows and he continues to live a life of purpose, which is the number one thing in his life. He follows God and God's purpose in his life. That's number one. But he has a desire to be in a serious and committed relationship with a woman that possibly may lead to a covenant relationship. So this particular man have or is dating with purpose, okay? All he is requiring or requesting from a woman is to respect him, follow his lead, and not rob him of peace of mind. And in return, he knows within his heart that she will be the second most important person or thing behind his life purpose. He determined in his heart that she would not want for anything as long as she acknowledge him and truly see him for who he really is. So this man, he met this one particular lady one day, and they seemed to hit it off instantly. They spent some quality time together. Then one day, within a short period of time, he made up his mind that he wanted this woman for a long-term relationship. So he took her on a long drive, and he got straight to the point. He expressed to the lady his interest in her and that he wanted to build a strong relationship with her. But the lady replied this: "You are a very nice man, but let me think about it." And he looked into her eyes and said, "Okay." After the long drive came to an end, the man dropped the lady off at her home, and they both agreed to stay in contact with one another. So when the lady went into the house, she called her best friend, and she told her best friend about the conversation that she had had with this gentleman. And her best friend asked her, "How do you really feel about the man?" And she said, wait for it. Wait for it. He too nice. And her friend said, "Too nice?" And she said, "Yes, he too nice." Doesn't make sense, does it? But she went ahead and talked more about the conversation. So time went by, and the man reached out to the lady a few times, and his discernment told him that the lady was pulling back. So she kept making up excuses why she could not meet up with him. And she finally got to when she started saying she was busy. So instead of begging the lady or chasing after the lady, he decided to walk away in silence. He said he didn't need no closure to himself, so he walked away in silence. And when he decided to walk away in silence, God brought him the right woman into his life that he got into a serious, committed, and covenant relationship with, and he married her. In the meantime, the lady thought that he would put his life on hold for her, like she was very special. That was in her mind. Then she got a call from her best friend, and her best friend said, child, you know the guy that you was dating? And she said, what man? She said, you know the guy who told you straight to the point that he really wanted a relationship? She said, yeah, I remember him. And she said, child, he done got married. And she said, what? She said, yeah. And then the lady felt some kind of way. She was blindsided, and that's how she felt some kind of way. She didn't feel good about it. Question: if God himself is good to you, why would you put God on hold and go play with the devil? As it is written in the book of Matthew chapter 6:24, no one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one or despise the other. You cannot serve God and be enslaved to money. The moral of this story is time doesn't wait for anyone. Checkmate. Remember this, believe this, say la vie, and amen.